Okay, so we are live. Right off the bat, I want to point out that Torpedo Vegas is in the car. So if this sounds like there's a Cat 5 hurricane going on in the background, that's what's happening, and I apologize for the noise.
It's on me. But damn it, I just love these guys so much.
That is Vegas's fault. But at any rate, it's been a long 2 weeks. What's up, guys? Welcome to episode 61 of the Super Deformed Gamescast. If you guys are new to the show or you just don't pay attention to us, which is par for the course, we meet every Thursday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to talk about all the video game stuff we feel your tiny minds can handle. So do us a favor, comment, rate, and subscribe, and enjoy our dumpster fire of a podcast. We love having you guys here. And the whole gang is here. Well, almost the whole gang is here. Steve is sick. He's not going to be joining us tonight. And Gabe, of course, is still on Brazil time. And Jeff is watching hockey. So the priorities are
very, very important.
It is a very important game. I'll give him that. Yeah, no, I completely agree. I'm a huge hockey guy myself, but I'm just saying. I'm here.
Hell, I don't give up.
Hey, no, it's important. But I'm just pointing out that I'm loyal to the podcast. So I'm here. I'm just throwing that out there.
That's my excuse.
So I think it's safe to say there will be no more Jeff hosting.
Absolutely not. Jeff will never host again. Hashtag let Flunky host. Everybody get that.
There's a moratorium on Jeff.
Everybody get that going. So anyway, we have a very special guest tonight. Steve Spohn from Ablegamers is with us tonight, and we are extremely honored that you're here with us, man.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Absolutely. No, dude, the pleasure is all ours. For anybody in chat who doesn't know what Ablegamers, or well, really who Steve is or what Ablegamers is all about, it's something I've been following for quite some time. And Steve, why don't you give a quick plug and tell us what you guys are all about?
Yeah, absolutely. I help Shetland ponies grow up and become masterful ponies, and then we go to dog shows around the country. No. I've always wanted to do that, but I'm always on serious podcasts.
You're gonna fit right in here.
You're gonna fit right in. I do my best. My name's Steve Spohn. I am the Chief Operations Officer of Ablegamers. Ablegamers is a charity that's been working in the industry for over a decade to help level the playing field for gamers with disabilities. In a nutshell, what we do is we reach out to the disability community, find people who would like to play games even if they only have use of one arm, or they can only move a controller with their mouth, or in some cases they can only play through moving their eyes, and we hook them up with the technology they need to be able to play games.
Outstanding, dude. That's awesome. Now you guys have a website. Where can people go if they want to pledge support or help you guys out?
Yeah, so our website is ablegamers.org. We are extremely active on Twitter. You can find us at Ablegamers on just about any social media platform that has not even been invented yet.
That's awesome, dude. That's awesome. Now, do you guys go to trade shows and stuff like E3 or PAX, or do you guys have a presence there, I would imagine?
Yeah, so you can find us at just about any of the shows. We're at all the PAXs, E3s, CSUN, basically all the ones you can imagine. Plus, we go to a disability conference called Abilities Expo. It's pretty much imagine a PAX, but it's for a bunch of equipment that helps people in the disability community live their lives better.
Awesome, dude. You guys are doing some really, really outstanding work, man. And nothing but admiration for you and the strength that you have shown and everything that Ablegamers has done for the hundreds of thousands of disabled gamers out there, not just in America but across the world. So you guys are doing great stuff, man, and we are just truly honored to have you here. Seriously.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Now let's talk about tiny hands. Let's do it.
Yeah, let's do it. What did somebody say? Somebody say tiny hands? But yeah, so I'm just gonna leave this guy here for the entire podcast. And look, Sam from Basement Radio Arcade Podcast has joined us. What's up, dude?
Not much, just slunking while y'all were busy. How's everyone doing?
I was gonna make a you slid in the back door joke, but I'm okay, whatever. Anyway, you're here.
The tiny hand is watching you.
We're glad you're here. Is it creepy? Like if I just kind of like pull one of these here?
Extremely.
Yeah. All right, I'm just going to keep doing that while everybody talks, okay?
Reminds me of the first Total Recall movie with Schwarzenegger, just the little guy.
Oh, this is the worst. Look at this.
No, that reminds me.
I'm just gonna listen to you guys. Put my head in my hands. just gonna put my head in my hands and listen to you guys talk. Anyway, so what we do here is, Jesus Christ, I can't do that anymore. What we do here for anybody who is new or who doesn't know what we're all about, or if you're just not paying attention to us, we always start off by talking about what we've been playing, and there's a lot to talk about because we have been on for 2 weeks. But we're going to try to get through this as painlessly, as effortlessly as possible, and we will start with our special guest, Steve. What have you been playing over the holiday break, man?
I am an Overwatch addict.
You came to the right place.
Yeah.
I have a problem. It's a bad problem. I just can't stop moving the payload. So
You are the only one. You're the only one in all of Overwatch that cares about moving the payload. So
yeah, I'm an objective focused guy. So I'm like, please, for the love of all things holy, get on the payload. And then
Can we play together?
nobody does.
Holy cow.
We should have just had the podcast in Overwatch. That would have been so much better.
That would have been awful. Don't ever say that again. That would have been terrible. That would have been terrible.
We've had some good times in Overwatch with the crew.
Gabe is here.
A wild Apollo.
Surprise!
Back in the days when you could still stack characters and play, we did a 6 Winston game.
6 Torbjorns. Let's do
Took
it.
the W. I think we did.
And
Did we try 6 Torbjorns? I don't know.
Here's the best part about what just happened. Our long lost Gabe comes into the podcast. He stayed awake, and Brandon's like, whatever, Overwatch.
We're in the middle of a conversation.
That's the right thing to do. That's the right thing to do. I don't blame Brandon. Overwatch is better than everything.
Gabe, I haven't seen you in a month. Hey, dude, what's up? Anyways, payload. It's bumping. Okay.
We talk in chat all the time. That's right. So it's like I know him.
Hello and welcome to the Super Deformed Overcast.
The Super Deformed.
Yeah, it's pretty crowded today.
It's not bad. It's actually not bad, dude. But no, so I just want to point out for Brandon and JT, Steve actually does play Overwatch on PC. So like this is like a match made in heaven for you guys.
Actually, we're going to go do that now. So good luck with the podcast.
All right, that's been episode.
Okay, that's it.
No, but in all seriousness, so like, I mean, I love Overwatch, but it's one of those things where like everybody but me on this podcast plays it on fucking PC now, and I cannot play this game with randoms. I can't. Like I was playing something else the other day, and I heard my wife upstairs playing Overwatch, and I heard her screaming, "Get on the fucking payload, you piece of shit!" And I'm downstairs, and I could hear. I was like, Jesus Christ, like it was kind of a turn on, to be honest with you. But oh my God, Matt. Dude, please roll the window.
It gives the podcast some ambiance.
It really does. A little bit, but it sounds like. Do you remember that guy, Brandon? You remember that guy, Brian, used to be on the show, and he used to.
How could I forget?
That we used to have a guy named Brian on the podcast before any of you guys were here.
You can still go back and listen to episode 1 through 10.
It was me and Brandon and Steve and Brian and Gabe and Brian. You could always tell Brian was on the podcast because he was like.
Hold on.
Kind of like Darth
I have
Vader.
no windows up and I have no AC rolling. The only thing I can think of is it's because I'm on a phone.
Well, you know what? You're gonna have to sweat your balls off. Roll the window up and sweat your balls off and suck it up. Steve, okay, all right. Video games, guys, we gotta focus. Video games. We're getting off the rails here. Steve, what else are you playing, man?
I am unfortunately just an Overwatchaholic right now. I am very limited. I'm busy giving out all the games. I don't actually get a lot of time allowance to play games.
You and Brandon are 2 peas in a pod, man.
Pretty much.
Brandon. Okay, Brandon. How many hours of Overwatch? Tell Steve how many hours of Overwatch.
I've kind of lost. I started losing count around 500 or 600, but I think it's over 700 now.
Is there a /played for Overwatch?
No, you just have to go in your career profile and add all the times by yourself.
Oh, math. I don't want to do math.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it makes you do some math. Because it only shows you the amount of time played in each mode, so you have to add them together.
No, well, there you go. Yeah.
And I have 2 different accounts. I have PS4 and PC, so I have to add like 6 different times played together total.
No, there was like my group was during the annual Give Gabe from Valve All Your Money sale. I was looking at a bunch of games with my friends, and I'm like, why are we even bothering to look at what money we're going to spend? Because we're just going to spend this money and then go play Overwatch. And then we spent like $200 and we went and played Overwatch. So I was like, you know what?
Sounds like
what happened to me with a lot of games last year. I would buy them day one. I would kind of just start playing Overwatch.
When we start our inevitable GoFundMe, we're going to name it "Give Gabe All Your Money."
Yeah,
that's what we're going to call it.
If it's not already taken, I'd be surprised.
So okay, awesome. No, dude, it's Overwatch is good stuff, man. I love Overwatch. I just wish I had people to play it with. I wish people would come back to me on PS4 on my indulge in my console peasantry and
come to the master race, John. Come on.
I can't do it. I'm a plebe, man. I can't do it. You know I can't do that.
I'll play it with you on Xbox, John.
Yeah, cool.
That's the problem.
That's just fucking cold, dude. All right, Brandon. Brandon, dare I ask what you've been playing over the holiday?
I'm trying to think if I've played anything other than Overwatch. I really don't
Just
think I
say
did.
no and we'll move on. Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
Brandon, one of these days, Brandon is gonna. Well, when Resident Evil 7 comes out, we'll have something.
Overwatch got a new map yesterday. At least there's something.
I heard about that.
There was content updates. Yeah.
Yeah, Bastion is awesome there. Just jumping up and down on the hover lift.
Yeah, it's got like old Quake 3 jump pads. And shit.
Actually, I let my 8.5-year-old play Overwatch over the weekend, and he was playing on Attack as Bastion. And of course, he doesn't know what he's doing.
Sorry for the other 5 people.
So he just like turns into a turret and starts firing at nothing. And then like he said that he got a message on PSN. He goes, "Daddy, I got a message." I was like, "Yeah, don't read that."
No, please don't.
I was like, "No, don't worry about it. No, it's not important, bud." Don't worry about that. Okay, JT, what have you been playing over the holiday, man?
I've been playing a lot of like smaller games. Been playing a lot of Stardew, and I know several other people have as well. Stardew Valley. It's finally hit me. I waited until the PS4, even though I had it on PC. I waited until the PS4 version came out because of it seems like the platinum in that game would be an accomplishment, and getting all the achievements on Xbox and whatever. So it just kind of added to like the wanting to play it there because it is such a time investment game. And you just like you're constantly playing. You're just like, okay, one more day, and I'll go to sleep. I just gotta give this thing to freaking Abigail and make her happy, fill up her heart, or whatever it is. Like I like to mine, like do all this stuff. Like the only thing is I don't have a lot of money, and that's just been kind of driving me nuts. So you need to figure out how to change that. Aside from Stardew, I've been playing a lot of Rocket League, a lot of Overwatch, just kind of, hopping in for a couple matches, that kind of deal. Rocket League's my mainstay.
I can't believe you've been playing Rocket League. I
know.
Guessed that 1,000 years, dude.
Have you been playing Rocket League or Rocket Hockey?
Rocket League.
Oh, no, get out.
I gotta tell you, JT will buy a game, he'll play it for like 5 hours, and then he'll go back to Rocket League for 2 weeks, and then
it's my Overwatch, yeah. So
it really is.
I'm sitting here looking at Steam, and it's sitting at 869 hours.
Oh my god!
So that just tells you a little bit. it's my Overwatch, it's my Dota. So I played. I don't know if I talked about it on the last podcast before we took our hiatus, but I played Virginia. And that kind of came and went. I know Matt version 1 has talked about it a little bit, but it's a strange game that it needs talked about. But it's just like anything that you talk about it, it's not going to really make a difference because it's so ambiguous. It's left up to interpretation. There's no like right answer to what's going on. It's just a big mind fuck, and it was entertaining, and I'm glad that it was an experience that I started, played, and then it ended, instead of like something that just like it was a nice game that I could complete actually because it was like one of 5 that I beat last year.
Sorry, I couldn't hear you over Hurricane Hugo there for a few seconds. So is it true there's no dialogue?
Wait, hold on. I've had my mic muted this entire time.
That was Gabe.
So,
was it Gabe? Oh, maybe it was Gabe.
Oh man, it's my fan. It's
Man,
my
here,
fan.
Gabe,
I'm sorry.
From all sides, sir.
So is it true that there's no dialogue in Virginia? Like it's completely like it's a narrative that is not driven by dialogue at all.
That's true, and it's it's cool how they do it. It feels driven along even though there's nobody talking. Like the emotions and the visual cues and everything is still strong enough to know what's going on, and so it's really cool what they do with that.
Yeah, it feels like both the characters and the story are meant to be kind of left up to interpretation, which is kind of why it's hard to talk about it. Like everything's very abstract and not concrete, so it's just hard to talk about without A, spoiling it, and B, like actually getting across what is actually happening.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And numerous times throughout the game, I was just sitting there like, what the fuck is going on? Because it turns into something. It's like total 180, like what you thought was going to happen, or there's several twists in the game, and I don't know. It was fun. It was exciting, but I mean, it was.
I've heard it compared to like Twin Peaks.
Yeah, it felt super campy, like Twin Peaks.
Well, it's trying very hard to be like Fincher. Not David Fincher. I don't know what I'm trying to say.
Oh,
David Lynch. David Lynch.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know why I said Fincher. Being trying very hard to like be but it almost
Lynchian,
feels
I believe is the term.
Lynchian, yeah. But it feels like almost superficial sometimes. Like, this is just random stuff you threw together, isn't it?
Hey, real quick, I don't want to interrupt, but I want to say hi to a new person in our audience, Gustavo Mendes from Brazil. So, Gabe, why don't you give him Gabe, why don't you give him a Portuguese greeting, man?
Fala aí, Gustavo. Beleza?
I have no idea what you said, but I'm sure it was awesome. Now, Gustavo, see, I told you we had a cast member in Brazil, Gustavo. We're glad you're here, dude.
Welcome, Gustavo.
Welcome to Gustavo. Okay, JT, anything else?
I just started to mod Fallout New Vegas, and then I got like 2 hours into it, and I was just frustrated by it. So I was like, this game has archaic mechanics, and I'm not going to deal with it. But it's frustrating because like the setting is awesome, and I'm out here now in the Southwest, so it's like really cool.
I mean, it had archaic mechanics when it came out in 2000.
Yeah, I know. It's just so, like
it was based on Fallout 3, which was already archaic for 2008 or whatever it was.
Yeah, I even installed this mod that like made the crosshairs move whenever you moved, like modern games, to like kind of make it feel more modern. But it was just like putting lipstick on a pig, and it just like I couldn't do it. Like, so I dropped it. I installed it and like whatever, and played Rocket League. So that's been my 2 weeks.
Nice.
Sounds okay. Good. I know that whenever I talk to you, it's going to end in a Rocket League conversation. So I just I myself mentally.
I have been playing a lot of Overwatch though too. Like I've been learning things, and it's really cool to finally like click with the game and like get like why you're losing or like what character somebody needs to switch to. So
that takes a long time to figure out. I mean, it took me dozens of hours.
Yeah, it's just a skill level thing now. It's like I'm not as great with keyboard and mouse as some people. Like some people, they're just like, you look at their like replays and stuff or play the games, and it's like their sensitivity's up so high, and they're just like flying around. Like it's all muscle memory.
the trick to Overwatch is to play with a super low sensitivity. And I don't. I play with I'm used to a high, and I aim with my wrists. But pro player, if like when you go into like pro players' streams and they say what their DPI and sensitivity is, they play at like 600 DPI with like a 2.5 or like a 4 sensitivity, which is insanely low. Insanely low.
Yeah, I would feel like I'm in molasses or something.
Yeah, because I mean, what you're supposed to do is not be aiming your mouse all over the place. You're supposed to keep it where it needs to be. So you're always, like when you're moving around a corner, you're slowly aiming so that when you're fully come around the corner, your cursor is already where it needs to be to shoot.
Yeah, that's why I can't play Zarya, is because like I'm all over the place. Like
Zarya, you need to have really good tracking because you just have to hold it down on them.
Meanwhile, guys like me and Sam are like, cool.
You can just play soldiers.
That sounds amazing.
Just do some Call of Duty action. You're all right.
Amazing. Gabe, what are you playing, dude? What have you been playing over the holidays down in Brazil?
Oh man. I bought over 15 to 20 games on this Steam sale only to go play Overwatch. Oh, holiday.
So the circle is complete and you've become JT.
Yeah, no, I'm kidding. I played a few games. I played Axiom Verge, amazing game up until that freaking last area.
Oh, when you're fighting. Yeah. Those guys who are flying around with the tails. Yeah. I'm not ever going to do that on camera again, by the way.
I rage quitted that game, and I'm never going back to it again.
No, don't do that. You have to finish it, dude.
No, thank you very much.
No,
thank
right
you
now,
very
Torpedo
much.
Vegas is squirming right now, knowing that you're right at the end of Axiom Verge and you haven't finished it.
Yeah, I can't handle those spamming bastards.
It's killing himself.
Go ahead.
You make me want to fly down to Brazil and give you a hug and let you know it'll all be okay. But you have to beat Axiom Verge.
What did you say, Barge? Axiom
There you go.
Barge? You got to beat Axiom Barge, Gabe. Whoa, Brandon's
Axiom
gone.
Barge.
Brandon. No, there he is. He's back again.
Oh shit. Oh, okay.
So
back.
other than Axiom Barge, what else are you playing?
Okay. Other than Axiom Barge, I tried playing a little bit of Hyperlight Drifter, but unfortunately my Xbox One controller have a drifting problem on the right analog stick.
Yeah,
so,
I remember you talking about that on Twitter.
Yeah, so I tried using my PS4 controller, but I had some compatibility issues, so I refunded it. I intend to go back to it, maybe on PS4.
Yeah, do it on PS4 or Xbox One, man, because that is a dude. Hyperlight Drifter was one of the most. I mean, like just from an aesthetic standpoint, like it was just such a gorgeously animated game. It's really fucking hard, dude. That game is balls hard.
Yeah, it was. From the little I played a bit over an hour. It was pretty hard. And
if you guys saw what JT just put in the chat there, I was just thinking that same shit. Proud of you, man. Just thinking that same thing. Anyway, please continue.
Okay. Next, I played the Turing Test. I played the Turing Test. Very interesting game. A little rough around the edges.
That's a little bit like the Talos Principle, right?
It's a bit of a mix between Portal and the Talos Principle. I mean, the setting reminded me a lot of Portal, but the puzzles itself, they reminded me pretty much of the Talos Principle. It has a very interesting story about the whole. It has an AI, that. I'm not gonna go too deep into the story because it's interesting if you experience it firsthand.
Yeah,
but it's pretty cool for. Yeah. And played a bit of 5 hours of Stardew Valley. I'm having the same problem as JT. I don't have enough money. My crops died. The last of my crops died from when summer started. So
we all kind of started at the same time, it seems. So who's the furthest?
I'm on day 16.
Okay, so I'm almost into summer. Yeah, I'm like spring 27.
Dude, I'm so afraid my
I'm in summer.
Or by the summer.
You're in the summer? Okay, yeah, that's my anxiety right now. It's like I'm on the 27th, but I forgot which day I planted all my crops, and they're like fresh. So I'm worried that they're gonna die before I get into summer. So I'm just like waking up every day and walking outside like, oh, come on.
You're watering the plants every single day, and then summer comes and bam, everything's dead. It's all dead.
The sprinkler or whatever, because I'm still like watering every single one, and I'm like sitting there watering 100 plants.
But the sprinkler, a change of seasons is not a loss; it's just a new opportunity.
Yeah. You just have to plan. I
just love the game because it's so especially with somebody like me who has like really bad anxiety. Like it's so relaxing and chill, and like there's literally my crops might get fucked up, but I can always plant more. It's like right now my main stress in the game is that Leah just won't love me, and I'm trying to make her love me, and she won't. And I'm just like, I've given her flowers, I gave her like a clam, and she liked the clam, but she liked the flower, but she just and I'm like, Leah, I just want to. Come on, man. And by the way, and who's
work with me here.
Right? Yeah. I mean, come on. Get help a brother out. And there's this one dude, I can't remember his name. It's not Clint, but this dude is like the biggest asshole in town. And every time I talk to him, he's like,
"Oh, is it Shane?"
Shane, yes. What has anybody gotten Shane to actually like them?
Oh yeah, he asked me to play catch with him the other day, and
did he really?
No, I'll do it tomorrow.
You're such an asshole, dude. Why does Shane want to play catch with you and not with me? I don't get it.
He just stands on the bar for me, like, don't talk to me.
Yeah, that's all he does. He's like, one arm's distance. Please stay away from me. I don't want to talk to you.
You didn't crack with a single person.
I've got some stuff to say about Stardew Valley too, but I'll wait. Gabe, anything else?
A bit of Watch Dogs 2.
Watching the dogs. You're still watching the dogs.
Yeah. Watching the dogs. Yeah,
that's awesome.
I really enjoyed it. It's pretty different from the first game, and yeah, that's it.
All right,
and
Matt,
more Overwatch.
Don't ever interrupt me again.
I do what I want, man. Don't boss me. You're not the boss of me.
I'm sorry. Matt, what are you playing, dude? Well, actually, I know what you're playing. I want you to talk about it. Let's
okay. All right. Well, I just finished SOMA today. I actually started it because that was one of my most anticipated games when it came out, and I got about halfway through it, and then I just kind of lost track. I've a few videos last weeks, analysis videos on the plot that I want to watch. So I was like, all right, I'll get back into it.
You're back now, dude. Oh,
am I?
Sound a little robotronic.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you now. Yeah.
Okay. Having some internet issues tonight.
There you go. No, you're good now.
Okay. So yeah, the SOMA is such a weird game because I want to love it so much, and I do, but there's just a lot of things that kind of get in the way of it. But the really good is the story. It is super well written. I think it handles its setting and its theme really well. Just the ideas about consciousness and what dictates what a human is, whether it's the consciousness or the actual being of the human.
I enjoy that.
Yeah, it gets into a lot of ethical questions about that.
I actually wrote a review of SOMA back before you were on the podcast, man.
Oh, really?
And that was the thing that got me. I was I think the review opened with what does it mean to be human?
Yeah, I think it handles it really well.
That is such an interesting topic to me. One of my favorite classes that I took in college, it was just a blow-off class. It was something that I needed for credits, but it was called Religion in Science Fiction. And it was talking about Star Wars and religious parallels and stuff. And we started out the class with, what does it mean to be human? What agency and all that. And that was one of my most favorite topics to discuss and dive into. So does SOMA explicitly say it, or is it more in the storytelling that makes you wonder?
It explicitly questions it. And sometimes I feel the writing for this game is crazy good in terms of its world building and the themes it builds around that setting, but the dialogue can be a bit here's the moral ethical question, and just punches you in the face with it, and it's that's a little bit too forward, but there's some kind of dissonance between the way the characters react to their situation and the world that the environment, or the story that the environment's painting. It's a very bleak, gritty, disgusting world, and then these characters have very chippy Saturday morning cartoon voices and stuff like that. But yeah, the themes are really interesting, and it handles them really well.
I'll say something real quick, and this isn't a spoiler because it has absolutely no bearing on the ending at all. I love the way the choice is presented in the game, because you were given the option to do several things, but the game actually doesn't tell you that. It doesn't tell you that it'll affect the ending, which it doesn't. I can confirm. It's just there, and these choices are yours to make or yours not to make, and the only effect it has is on you as the player, and how you feel about the choice you made. A really good example is during the course of the game, you come across, and this is just one of many scenarios that the game throws at you, and you might miss them. I just happened to stumble upon this. There's this lady, there's this woman, I didn't know her, and she's hooked up to this crazy looking life support machine, right? And she's got these hoses plugged into her, and I have no idea how long she's been there. She's obviously in pain. She's in distress. She doesn't explicitly say, take me off this life support thing, but she's obviously not happy. And you have the option, I realized, to just unplug her and walk away. And man, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, and there's some of those that some have to do to progress.
Some of them you do, but some of them you just come across and it's just there. And I was like, what the fuck am I supposed to do? I was like, and I won't tell you what choice I made, but that moment stuck with me a lot longer than something in, say, God of War, or a huge set piece. Those little moments like that are really what made the game for me, and really made me question what I would do were I to come across something because it would be plausible that you would come across something like that in the real world, right? Someone's in distress and you have it's just an everyday choice. It was crazy the way that the game threw some of these choices at you, and it's something that I found really refreshing, and I really appreciated it.
Yeah, and I think it does a great job of challenging your beliefs about these things, because it'll there's one choice about 2/3 in that you have to come across because it's it's part of the main plot, And I sat there for like 5 minutes mulling it over what to do, and it doesn't change anything. But so I made my choice, and then probably like an hour later, something else comes up that like they don't explicitly go like, "Hey, remember that thing you did? That was like that kind of relates to this," but like it ties it back to that and kind of makes you go, "Oh," like it makes you view it a little differently. And it just does a real great job of like tying all these themes together and making you kind of question the ethics and the morals of the situation. And then but like on the game side of things, I think like it does a great job of putting you in the world and making you feel like a part of it, because it's Frictional Games, the guys that made Amnesia. So like
so they know how to do atmosphere.
Yeah, and it has a lot of the same mechanics as Amnesia, where like you grab a door and you pull, and like it doesn't just open the door; you're actually pulling it, and you can.
Yeah, I liked that. That was part that I loved about it. It was like kind of physicsy.
Yeah, and it feels like there's not consequence to your actions, because like that doesn't change anything, but it feels like you are actually doing that rather than just like, oh, go up, push a button, door opened.
All right, I got a question about that. Like, so like if you drag a door open, what is like the drag button? Like, is the control scheme okay? Like, it's not like hold X and then move right stick to move the door or something, right?
I can't remember. That's a good question.
You aim at the door, and then like a little hand icon pops up. You hold right trigger, and then you drag the thumbstick in the direction you want to manipulate the thing.
That's good.
Yeah, so I thought it worked pretty well. Like
some of the creatures in that game, by the way, man, are fucking horrific.
Yeah, that's the thing I wanted to bring up. The monsters, like monsters are scary looking, but they aren't scary in the situation that they're in. So like I thought
it's like there's a reason they're scary, but it's not the reason you think.
Yeah, and like one of the things that I really disliked about the game was that it feels like it's trying to scare you, but it does it for all the wrong reasons. Like it's trying to scare you with these monsters that chase you, and it ends up just feeling like kind of a chore to get away from them. It's like you see a monster in the distance, and you're like, I don't want to deal with you right now. But the thing that scares you is like looking back once you have all the plot pieces and realizing how everything, like how those monsters and how you fit into everything, and like the ramifications of that on your character and on the human race. Like that's the scary thing. The scary thing is the story, not, oh, there's a monster chasing me, I gotta hide, which half the time sucks. Like you get chased by a monster, there's no like.
Matt, I will say this one thing though. There's one monster. It's the second one you come across when he chases you. That like gave me a fucking heart attack almost. I was like, Jesus Christ. When you're trying to escape the sinking ship. Or whatever,
yeah,
like,
yeah. That one was good because
I was like, fuck yeah, dude. My heart was pounding through my chest.
Yeah, the ones I had issues with were like when they were wandering around an area and you kind of had to sneak by, because if they see you, you run into a room. And then they just stand in the doorway, and you're like, "Well, guess I gotta die now."
Yeah.
Yeah, but really great game. Yeah, definitely get a shot if you want a story.
Yep.
I definitely recommend you check it out, man. It's really fucking good. Matt, anything else?
Played the main puzzle set of Lara Croft Go yesterday, which really great PS4 port. Puzzles are pretty clever. I think I like it more than Hitman Go, but I got to go back and try that again. But definitely.
Oh, mobile games! I've been playing Crashlands and Reigns.
Oh, yeah, I tried Reigns yesterday too.
I won't talk much about them, but
we don't talk about mobile games.
I know, but they're good. You need to check it out. If you like Don't Starve, go check out Crashlands and Reigns.
I actually
the coolest.
I actually hated Don't Starve.
What?
Yeah, I said, damn well I hated Don't Starve.
Well, you're not the only one that matters, John.
All right, we'll move on to we're gonna move on to Torpedo Vegas there. Without getting on camera because you're driving it, I don't want you to get into a car accident on the podcast.
You're not my real dad.
Well, whatever. How do you know? As far as you know.
Real dad. You are apparently to them.
I'm your fake dad. What have you been playing this week, son?
Honestly, part of me just wanted to say Overwatch just to fit in with the cool kids.
But I don't do that.
So, I was just trying to wrap up my playthrough of Pokemon Sun.
I'm not gonna lie. It sounds like you're talking from like a long distance, and I can hear myself coming back now. I'm on speakerphone, aren't I?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can tell. Take me off speakerphone, you ass.
Yeah. Did you have a phone, headphone leg? Yeah.
Hold the phone up to your head like a normal human.
Okay, is this better?
I can still,
Much better.
I can
Let's see.
hear myself.
I can still hear myself.
Yeah.
Still an echo.
Yeah.
Still an echo.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
So about this like brand new like 2017 full of non-issues.
I knew this is Super Deformed Gamescast. I knew something go wrong. Okay, we're gonna skip Torpedo for a minute. I can hear. I can still hear myself.
It doesn't make any sense because I've turned my phone microphone off, so I don't know why you're still getting echoes.
Hold on, I can still hear the feedback.
Turn off the second
Okay,
microphone.
Yeah. We're gonna meet you. We're gonna come back to you. And I can still hear myself, even though he's muted.
So somebody else.
It's got to be somebody else. Somebody fix the microphone.
Gabe's giggling so hard over there.
It's Gabe, isn't it? Gabe, you're an ass.
Sorry.
Okay, yeah, fuck you. Okay, we're gonna move on to Sam, and then I'll go. Sam, what have you been playing over the holiday? Gabe, fuck you.
Final Fantasy 15.
Yeah, my man. How far
I have
are you?
lost track of how much time I've spent in it, and honestly, I don't care because I'm going to spend 10 times as much.
My man.
I love it.
What chapter are you on?
Honestly, dude, I'm still stuck in chapter 6 because I was hooked on the story and I was
Hold on.
Somebody.
Wait.
Fucking microphone.
Somebody. Okay, we're getting feedback from somebody.
It ain't me.
Gabe, is it you?
Let's see.
All right, it's gone now.
Matt muted. That's when it went away.
I think it was me.
Was it you, Matt?
Oh my
Son
God.
of a bitch.
You son of a.
It was me.
Fired.
You're fired off the podcast. You're done. You're gone. Hey, that big announcement I'm going to do at the end of the podcast, you're not a part of that anymore.
Oh God. My mic screwed me.
It's over. Okay, Sam, please continue before Matt thoughtlessly interrupted you with his shenanigans and his ballyhoo.
I'm in chapter 6 because I was burning through the story because I absolutely love it. But I realized that I had way too many side quests that have all built up. So I've just been leveling up, exploring, doing all the different tombs that I can do right now, that sort of thing.
Awesome. Yeah, Final Fantasy 15 is, I don't know if anybody in chat has read it or not, but I actually ranked the Final Fantasy games.
I read it.
Yep, okay. And Final Fantasy 15 is my second favorite Final Fantasy of all time.
As a newcomer, that makes me feel spoiled, honestly.
I mean, having said this, if you have never played Final Fantasy 6 and look like it sounds like you haven't, you need, as soon as you're done with 15, you need to stop what you're doing and go play Final Fantasy 6 in whatever manner you can, except on mobile, because it's garbage on mobile.
I'll find a way.
Okay, yeah, do it because it's fucking awesome. No, dude, I think it's really awesome that you're loving Final Fantasy as much as you are. Being a huge fan of the series.
6 is the pinnacle.
What's that?
Thanks for the 2 cents there, man.
Yeah, he jumped in real quick and then jumped back out. Sam, anything else?
Gears of War 4.
Okay, cool.
Everyone who knows me knows I'm a Gears head.
I've
got like 200 hours logged into Horde alone, something like that. Of course, I'm running into sort of a problem like you are with Overwatch in that I can't find a serious team to actually run insane difficulty Horde with me.
That's why I can't play Overwatch anymore, man. Or at least not right now, because all my boys have abandoned me for the greener grass of PC.
Mm-hmm. And every time I try to play with randoms, they all drop out like wave 15 or wave 16. And that's not even insane. That's just like warm-ups on normal. And I'm like, guys, are you serious? I don't know. Maybe no one else is taking it as seriously as I am. But it's not going to stop me. I still love it.
Awesome. All right. Well, so we've got a lot more to talk about. So I will go real quick about. I'll talk real quick about what I've been playing over the holiday. Been playing. And I planned in Final Fantasy 15. I've poured 123 hours into it. And I have literally done everything. I've done I did all the super bosses. There's a ton of them. I did all the dungeons, like all the incredibly difficult dungeons. One of them has the last one at the end, Castle Mark dungeon, has 100 fucking floors and you can't use items. It is ridiculous.
Nice.
I finally finished it. Great game. I'll do another playthrough at some point soon. I've been playing Uncharted 4 Survival Mode, which is a hell of a lot of fun. It's a play on classic Gears of War Horde mode. Shut the fuck up. It's great.
We had a pretty cool stream of that on New Year's Eve. That was interesting to say the least.
Yeah,
Me
I was gonna say
Gabe and John streamed that as a kind of impromptu thing, and it
if you want to
did not go so well.
An absolute failure of three gamers trying to that was something that was terrible.
You know what though, like it was pretty enjoyable. The rappelling was pretty awesome. That moment where we were all swinging back.
We're all swinging back and forth.
All going back and forth.
Yeah,
I mean, what other game can you do that in?
And the bosses in the game are actually really cool. The bosses in survival mode are really cool. They're a play on
only.
No, I want to hear it.
No, I mean my only complaint with that though is like the bullet sponginess. I mean, it just like it felt kind of wrong. Then it was the same like thing that I ran into with like the Division kind of. It was like you're pumping thousands of bullets into these humans, and it just feels artificially more hard than it should be.
On Gears, if you do a headshot, most enemies die instantly. Their heads just blow.
If Gabe hadn't jumped in right now, I would have followed up what JT said with that's what Vicky said.
Yeah.
Because I'm a man of class.
Yeah.
Next time you need someone for Uncharted 4 survival, you can get me. I'll join in, run with you. Explain how it's inferior to Gears. Yeah, I have it.
Get out of here.
Does Gears have ropes that you can throw and swing?
Yeah. Can you swing? Can you bro-op swing?
Can you pull an 8-foot monster over cover and shank him in the face?
No. I'm not concerned about that. Can you swing in unison with your best friends?
Well, I mean,
because I gotta tell you, JT and Gabe and I,
if you want to go swinging with your friends, that's your business.
It was a beautiful dance of friendship and camaraderie, and you wouldn't know anything.
It was
about
a bonding
that,
moment,
Sam. You wouldn't know anything about that on your stupid Xbox console. Your all-in-one Xbox Entertainment Center.
Chainsawing.
Uncharted 4 doesn't have chainsaws.
It doesn't have chainsaws, but it does have undead pirates. It does have undead pirates. Which is almost as cool. But no, I've been playing Uncharted 4 Survivor Mode. That's cool. Been playing that Stardew Valley. It was recommended to me by two people, JT and Susan Arndt, our friend at Games Radar.
I didn't think you were gonna like it.
So I didn't think I was gonna like it, but I was like, fuck it, it's $15. I'll pick it up. And while I'm at work in the office, all I want to do is come home and check on my parsnips and try to get Leah to love me. And then she won't do it, but I actually went upstairs the other night and I was playing Stardew Valley and I went upstairs and Vicky was working. She said, "What are you doing?" And I just kind of forlornly said, "Leah won't love me." She goes, I was like, no, it's video games, babe, video games. Don't worry about it. It's cool. We're cool. But no, Stardew Valley is amazing. And especially for somebody like me with like really bad anxiety, it's one of those things where like I can just, if I'm feeling tense, I can sit down and I can just tend my crops. I adopted a dog, which is pretty fucking awesome. I named it after one of my dogs. And of course, it's like, I love the stress feed. There's just nothing to worry about. I wake up in the morning, I water my crops, I go to town. I check the calendar. Oh, sweet, there's a potluck happening, so I need to prepare something to bring to the potluck. Maybe that girl's there, maybe Leah's there. I try to give her a flower or something, try to get her to like me. Then there's an egg hunt I got to go to. Then it's the mayor's birthday, so I got to figure out what he wants. Maybe he'll like me. And I really love I love the chill factor of it. I love the visuals as well. Like it's Stardew Valley is proof that I've said it for years. Games don't have to have insane AAA production values or huge bombastic set pieces in order to speak to you as a person and as a gamer. And Stardew Valley just really kind of speaks to me on a much more personal level than I anticipated. And I just love it. It's just a great fucking game. And if you haven't played Stardew Valley, if you're out there in chat, or if any of you haven't played Stardew Valley, though it sounds like everybody has. Steve, have you played Stardew Valley at all?
I think everybody has. So.
Okay, yeah, dude, it's what a fucking fantastic.
You said it was like stress free, and I feel like it's kind of like a make your own stress type of game because like you can totally worry about stuff if you want to. If you're that type of person, like getting your crops in on time or like doing what you want, like completing the different objectives for the community center, like in a certain like you have to get all the spring crops or whatever. And I feel like if you don't, like, man, I gotta wait till next year. Yeah. So it's like if you freak out about stuff like that, or not freak out, but like pay more attention to that, or want to complete those and check those boxes off like right now, that's it's kind of a game that allows you to play as like a checking those boxes kind of game, but then it's also open-ended where you can do whatever the fuck you want.
What's crazy, dude, is that like I was in the mines and I was killing slimes and I wanted to be part of the Adventurers Guild, and I got there and I was like, I'm gonna go a little deeper, and then I looked at the time and the sun was going down and I was like, oh shit, I didn't water my beans. So I ran. So I was like, "Fuck!" And so like I ran up to the elevator, and I'm literally like back to town. I'm like, why won't my freaking character run faster? And I'm trying to get to my beans, and I'm like, shit, no water. So I filled my water up. I watered my beans, and I was like, I put the controller down. I literally was like, oh man. And then I was like, what the fuck is happening to me? I was like, holy shit, I'm watering my beans. But Vicky is surprised that I liked it too. She's like, this doesn't seem like your kind of game. And the thing is like, I just love the fact that you can create Chrono from Chrono Trigger, which is what I did, because I understand Stardew Valley is a great game, but it needs an option for baldness. There's no option to be bald in Stardew Valley. It's one thing it's lacking. So I went the opposite direction. I created a guy with a huge head of hair, and he basically looks like Toriyama's Akira Toriyama's Chrono Trigger. But I love the visual aesthetic of the game. It looks like a Super Nintendo game, only a little prettier. I just love everything about it. Stardew Valley is a great game. Had I played it last year, it would have been on my list of my top 5 list of games of the year. Would have been great. But yeah, it's just a wonderful fucking game. What else have I played? I just started real quick. I just started Sleeping Dogs for the first time. I got the definitive edition for PS4. Great fucking game, and I feel like it does a lot of things better than like Grand Theft Auto, except for driving. The driving in the game just sucks. Like it's just terrible.
Game does a lot of things right.
It does a lot of things right. Like the combat is really like, it reminds me of like a 3D like Streets of Rage or like Final Fight. I love the kung fu action of the game. I haven't even fired a gun yet. And I feel like I can relate to Wei Shen in Sleeping Dogs more than I can like any GTA protagonist, because like the protagonists in Grand Theft Auto, they're not relatable guys unless you're a fucking criminal, unless you're a really bad person. And yeah, you can relate to them. Like, I murdered some motherfuckers. And
that's why
I'm banged a bunch of you know. But like Wei Shen is like a cop, right? And so like he's a good guy. He's getting it over his head, but he's trying to do the right thing. And so that's something that I can relate to. That automatically means that I'm enjoying it more than I did Grand Theft Auto. I'm not a Grand Theft Auto guy anyway, but and I love the setting too. Like Hong Kong is a setting that you don't see too often in games. So to have something GTA style open world in Hong Kong is, I think, is really cool. So I'm really enjoying Sleeping Dogs. But enough talking about what we have enjoyed over the past few weeks and last year. It's time to talk about what we are hoping to enjoy in 2017. That's gonna be our topic tonight, and then we'll answer some questions that we got on Twitter before we started the show. There are a lot of games coming out that I think we're all really excited for. One of them in particular, I'm just gonna throw it out there. We are hoping to get a review code for Resident Evil 7 from Capcom. They're gonna see what they can do. They're gonna see what they can do. They're looking at trying to get us a code, and if we can get a code, it's going to be our very own Matty G, who's going to do the review for us. So don't fuck it up, Matt. There's no pressure at all. And even if we don't get a review code, I still want you to do the review anyway.
And even if we don't get a review code, there's still pressure on you.
Yeah, there's still pressure on you anyway.
There's pressure on you anyway.
Awesome.
Because of some awesomeness coming up later this year, which we are going to announce at the end of the show in just a few months. So anyway, I want to talk about what we're all excited for this year, and I want to start. And this is more of just like I just want to do like a roundtable group discussion, and we'll kick it off with Steve. Because I feel like you haven't had much opportunity to talk, and I apologize about that, man. I told you this podcast was a dumpster fire, dude.
No, I'm just listening to the battle of the wind tunnels here.
But it's pretty rough. It's pretty rough. What are you excited for coming up in 2017, man? Like, what are you looking forward to the most?
The absolute. I mean, of course, there's Mass Effect, but
yes,
even more than Mass Effect, Destiny 2.
Oh yeah, I think that's going to be coming out. What do we think that's coming out in September?
Yeah, like Q3 or so. But I think for us PC Master Race people, that's what we've been all waiting for. I mean, I've been wanting to play Destiny with my buddies forever, but it's console exclusive, so I've been kind of left out of that. Can't wait.
I'm disappointed because I feel like it's going to splinter the core base, because like most of the people who I played with, like they were all on PS4. Like I know probably 2 people that played on Xbox, and it was I feel like all those PS4 people are going to go PC now, and it's just like unless progress carries over, unless they make it where you can have saves on Xbox, PS4, and PC all play together, that would be amazing. But I don't want my bros to be splintered up, because I loved like joining people.
So it is coming to PC then?
It is, yeah.
Okay. It is.
It's going to be cross-compatible Windows 10, Xbox. So I mean that'll solve some of the.
Started on that.
Oh, that was confirmed, really?
Yeah, I think so. Right. Like it's like.
That's true. That's awesome.
It's trash. So I mean, that doesn't even matter. Like the Forza Horizon 3 is still broken.
So Destiny, yeah. So like JT, was it you who said that you were really excited about some of the lore implications for Destiny 2?
Yeah. There's this link I tweeted. It's like talking about the.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
There was like this deep tie with like Greek. What's it called? Greek mythology.
Yeah, what's it called?
Yeah, I'm Greek like blanking. I'm sitting here looking into space. But it's like the names of like all the guns and stuff, like they are phrases from old like Greek tales and stuff, and it was just kind of interesting to hear him talk about it. I don't think they're gonna get that deep into it, but I'll try and find that link. It's just a really cool read. But yeah, I mean, I'm super hyped for it. Like there's so many games, awesome games coming out in the first quarter of 2017 that like Destiny 2 wasn't even on my radar. Like I totally forgot about that. Like later in the year.
That game is going to sell fucking gangbusters. That game is going to be huge. But there are a few things that it needs to do different than the first Destiny. And first, like there need to be more planets. Like there have to be more planets, and I feel like those planets need to be more populated with things to do. Because I love Destiny. I played through all the way through Rise of Iron, and I've done the raid. I've got a light level like 397 character, but I mean I can only run the same strikes and patrols for so long. So I feel like Destiny 2 has. I feel like because Bungie says, well, this is our 10-year deal, right? Like we're going to be doing Destiny for 10 years. But I feel like Destiny 2, I feel like they have the potential to pull a division if they don't kind of, I guess, flip the script and switch things up a little bit. I mean, the game, it can't just be like a big Destiny expansion, right? I think we can all agree on that, right?
Can they just bring back the Division beta? Like pretend the final product didn't exist and just bring back the beta, because that was the most fun we ever had with it.
That was such a great fucking time we had.
I mean, I'm just gonna say I'm excited for Destiny 2, but I will say I think of any games that are coming out 2017, it has the biggest possibility to be the No Man's Sky / Division of 2017. Like it could disappoint us all horribly, very easily.
Which one is this?
Destiny
2.
Okay.
So Steve, what does Destiny 2 have to do to kind of keep its hooks in you? Like what are you looking for?
I think for those of us who didn't jump onto the console hype train, it just has to portray all of the same things that was done for the console. So it has to be something that you can jump on with your buddies. You have to be able to play for a little while and jump right back off. It has to cater to the hardcores who want to do the raids. I think Destiny was maybe one of the greatest non-MMOs, and I'm talking like Blizzard MMOs, to actually capture both casual and hardcore players. And I think if they can do that again, they'll repeat their success. If they cave and they listen to only one crowd over the other, then it's going to falter.
I agree completely. It'll be interesting to see what kind of bundles we get with Destiny 2. Whether or not we get a because that's the thing, right? Like I wonder, it makes me wonder if there's going to be a PS4 Pro bundle, because I believe, and not that anybody should care or give two shits about this, but now that it's on PC, like, do we still think that the PS4 or Sony's going to have the marketing rights to Destiny?
If they do, we can play a guessing game as to what they hack off the Xbox version.
that was actually my biggest complaint with Destiny. To begin with, was the fact that they locked so much content behind like timed exclusivity on PlayStation. I'm a PlayStation guy, but but I mean, you guys know my stance on third-party exclusivity on anything.
Yeah, third-party exclusivity is
garbage. It's garbage. So I hope we don't see that same scenario, but I have absolutely no confidence that we won't. So what else are we excited for in 2017? As we
Horizon
is coming out next month. Next month, I've got my special edition pre-ordered on Amazon. I think I know several people who have had hands-on time with Horizon. I'll let you guys tell me what you think. But out of everybody I've talked to, like I have not heard a single negative impression on this game. Like I think, and I believe Guerrilla Games actually hired didn't they hire people from CD Projekt Red?
They did. Specifically the people who wrote the Bloody Baron quest, and
which is the best quest.
I think.
Best quest in the game. Yes, it's a big deal.
I have absolutely no. I think this is going to be. You guys know what you think, but I think this is going to be Sony's next big flagship series.
For sure.
I think this is going to be it.
I've been trying to like blind myself from all the covers just because I want everything to be fresh. So it like hasn't allowed myself to get hyped about it. But just everything from like the trailers that we've seen at conferences, the gameplay just looks so much what I've wanted. You know, like I've wanted a premium quality kind of like Monster Hunter, like parts collecting and like taking down these big things and like mecha dinosaurs. It's just like the aesthetic and everything, and like combined with the tight gameplay, I think it's just going to be a really fucking cool experience.
I just need this game to have a good story. Like with everything I've seen looks amazing. The visuals, the aesthetic of the game, the enemies. I love the mecha dinosaurs and like the mecha giraffes and and especially like the what do we call them, the antenna giraffes or the satellite dish giraffes running around. I love the fact that you climb, like those are basically like your towers from Assassin's Creed, right? Like you climb up these moving robot giraffes and they got radars on the top of their head. If they can just tie this thing together with a really, really cool story and really good lore, then bam. And they're releasing it at the perfect fucking time. This is a mistake that so many games made this past holiday season is this is when you release a game like this. And yeah, I don't see any negatives about
I think everybody has the same idea, and like everybody's releasing in Q1. So you have Resident Evil, For Honor, like Zelda's going to be there in March.
I think For Honor's going to flop. I think For Honor's going to flop. I don't think that's going to sell well.
Yeah, no, it's not going to sell shit. I don't think.
Neither do I. The minute, and you know what? Maybe this is just. I don't know what you guys think about it, but the minute I heard that it was always online, I was out. I'm like, no, I'm done. I just want a good single player campaign, and the more I heard that it was multiplayer focused, the less interested I got. I just don't care about it. Yeah, I mean, there's too many other games coming out. Like Resident Evil, and there's so much coming out in January. Because you got Gravity Rush 2.
Gravity Rush, Yakuza 0.
Gravity Rush 2 is coming out, and then 4 days later we have Resident Evil fucking 7 coming out. Did anybody here download the demo for Resident Evil 7, like the entire thing, like the updated demo, and finish it?
No, I want to go in blind.
Oh, dude, it's so fucking good.
Speaking of demos, yeah, Gravity Rush 2 demo and the Nier Automata demo.
Oh, that's another one. Nier.
Yeah.
Nier. Yeah, the most accurate depiction of butthole I've ever seen.
I feel like they might get pushed. Like there's just way too much.
Why would they push Nier?
Because Mass Effect comes out, isn't it? Like the 21st.
When does Nier come out? March.
Isn't it? Or has it not been confirmed? I thought it was. Oh, it's a 7th.
There's no actual release date, right?
No, I thought it was February.
Is it No. Nier's not in February, dude. I am 100% confident. Is it April?
Thankfully, we live in the information age, and you can find
Brandon's gonna
very easily.
Apparently, March 7th.
Your release date into Google, and it says February 9th, 2017.
February 9th for Nier?
I don't know. I'm seeing conflicting information. I see on Wikipedia. No, it's Wikipedia, and you can edit. But apparently, the North American release date for it's March 7th. The Japanese release date is February 23rd.
Gabe, I swear, with your Brazilian accent, you need to do like a love advice column on SDGC. That's what you need to do.
Did they delay the game? Because it's a worldwide release date of February 9th.
For Nier? No shit.
Yes.
That's a lot fucking sooner than I thought.
It's a worldwide launch on
It doesn't matter.
Oh, yeah,
when
they
it comes
said it,
out.
right?
I'll be playing that in June because Mass Effect is going to be taking up pretty much all of my time. That's not dedicated
See,
to Horizon.
my biggest issue is that my two most anticipated games are Mass Effect and Horizon, and they both come out within a week of each other.
Yeah.
Wait. No. I thought they were separated by a month. Like, doesn't Mass Effect come out at the end of March?
End of February.
Yeah, Horizon's like the middle of March.
No, I think it's March 21st, right?
It's the 21st.
Yeah, so it's almost a month. Yeah, you've got almost a month.
I meant Horizon. Horizon
comes out on February 28th.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Well, I mean, I never finished games, so.
I am actually really surprised. I was expecting Mass Effect to get delayed.
Honestly, I still expect at least one delay for Mass Effect.
Shinobi says no, man.
No, it's gonna happen. It's coming out. It's not gonna. I mean, it's not gonna get delayed.
Well,
look, I'm blown away.
I think it's gonna be like an Uncharted 4 style delay where it's like a couple weeks for polish.
Do you guys think that Mass Effect Andromeda is in trouble?
I'm blown away by the people who says it is. It's freaking Mass Effect, people. Like, this is a AAA release by BioWare. Like, this is one of my most beloved franchises, and people are down on it because of one shoddy trailer. You know, that wasn't even a final run through. Well, yeah.
And Dragon Age 2 and
Dragon Age Inquisition.
I liked Inquisition.
There is a large amount of people who do not.
No, there is Dragon Age Origins, and then there is
Origins. Yeah,
it's a very divisive game.
Origin, everything else, but
Origins was that game where like I would kill a rat and I was soaked in blood and I couldn't take the game seriously anymore.
That was the best part. Whatever.
Wait,
I can't do this. I can't do this.
John, 1 second.
Go ahead.
Say one thing?
No, you may not.
The ability.
Go ahead.
The problem is, I think the reason everyone's so down on Mass Effect is in between the span of the release of 3 and Andromeda, we've entered this age where it's just you have to hate on everything. Like the prevailing mentality.
That's nothing new. No, that's always been around.
Welcome to the internet.
It's gotten so much worse in the past 6 years.
Has it really?
No.
I mean, haters have existed since the beginning of time. Like,
I mean, this is nothing new.
But you cannot tell me that it has not been worse.
I mean, what I've been posting on gaming forums since like the 90s.
It's
people out there right now.
Didn't know about technology. They're now able to grab troll accounts on Twitter.
Yeah,
they're just now
social media. Yeah, social media just brought it to the forefront.
Yeah. But look,
I mean, it's always been there if you were looking for it, I guess. Like,
yeah.
Mass Effect is the video games industry of the Fast and the Furious. It's never going to go away. There's going to be 45 of them. People are going to keep buying it. It's not going to change.
And they're all going to be good. I mean, they're all going to be good. I mean,
yeah, the game. It's going to get Mass Effect is going to get 8 out of 10 reviews. It's going to sell a bajillion copies.
No, it's going to get 9 out of 10 reviews.
So Mass Effect.
All right, we'll see. We'll see.
Even if it's bad, it's still good. So there you go.
I just want people to say it's good. Like I hate numbers reviews so much. Just tell me it's good. So
what is good, John? Is good an 8.5 or an 8.6?
I hate that shit, man. God, I hate that shit. We're giving this game an 8.9, which is not as good as a 9.0. What do we think? So here's an interesting. So here's a question for you guys. What do we think is not coming out this year? Like for example, I'll just throw it at like Days Gone. Is Days Gone?
Red Dead Redemption 2.
Let's just look at
No. That's a great start. Do we think? And Steve, I want to start with you. Do we think that Red Dead Redemption 2 is going to get delayed?
So I love Rockstar. I'm one of the few people in the press who's ever been allowed at Rockstar headquarters. That said, with all my love for Rockstar, I don't see them making that to gold on track. I think it'll be 2018.
How many times did GTA 5 get delayed? Was it 3?
Yeah, it's just not because
here's the thing. 3 delays. Like, come on, there's no way they're gonna make the first.
They don't release duds very often, so they want to make sure their shit's good. And they're not afraid to delay it. You motherfuckers will wait. Simple as that.
Have they ever released a dud? I don't think they have.
No.
Like that's
not a financial dud anyway.
They're like Naughty Dog.
Rockstar presents tabletop tennis.
Yo, people love that game.
Yeah, that game is fucking awesome. What are you talking about?
I've never played it, but people love it.
Compared to other Rockstar releases, that was the dud.
It had a budget of like $5. They were just trying to get their tech working on the 3. It was a tech demo. They were just trying to get their
State of Emergency was the.
I forgot about.
Oh, you're right. No, you're dead. You're dead right. Yeah, State of Emergency was a fucking disaster.
Okay, you're right. Okay, I forgot about State of Emergency.
Thankfully, I did too. Yeah.
That game was
that game was
garbage.
so hype.
That game
That game had so much hype.
Do you remember the box art for that game? The big fat dude on the cover.
We can start talking about Blink if you want to talk about disappointing games that need to never exist.
Which one is Blink?
Blink.
Blink the Time Sweeper?
Oh, yeah.
The Time Sweeper?
Everyone was like, oh, it's going to be amazing. And then it was like, why? Why did you ever make this?
Speaking of Xbox games that had a lot of hype, remember Malice? It was a platform. It was like a character action platform.
I don't remember that at all,
she had a massive hammer.
Was it like Blood Rain kind of?
No, absolutely not. It was more like Jack and Daxter or Ratchet and Clank. And it was a girl named... It was called Malice, and it was the main character was a girl named Alice,
and she had a bear.
And she had a huge hammer, and it was a super hyped game for Xbox. The original Xbox, the first.
I don't remember that at all. I'm not gonna lie.
Look it up. It's a game.
I will look it up.
I never played it.
It was right up there with Voodoo Vince and Blink's the Time Sweeper.
Yeah, exactly. It was one of those mascot platformmers that were so popular during the PS2
I'd love to get
generation.
Hey, let me ask you guys this. So I guess I guess they said, hey, God of War is playable from start to finish, right? Like you can play the game. So that raises the question: in 2017, do we see God of War in the fall?
What was it announced for? Did it ever have a window of announcment?
No.
I think that's another
it being playable and it being done are two different things.
That's a good point.
How about this?
I do think it makes this year though.
Spider-Man or God of War?
What comes out first?
Yeah.
God of War.
God of War.
God of War. Yeah. God of War.
Because I think Sony's big. Because here's the thing, I don't think Sony can afford to go. Oh my God, that wind tunnel. I don't think Sony can afford to go another holiday without. I'm being distracted by the hurricane. I don't think Sony can go another holiday without a big first-party release.
God, man, they're making a AAA Spider-Man game, dude.
I know. I can't.
Oh, that's a dream come true for a long time.
Well, you guys. I mean, we were streaming E3 together. You guys were there for my reaction. I'm a Spider-Man. I am a Spider-Man fanboy, and I cannot fucking wait. I cannot wait. And it's fucking Insomniac. Oh my God, a Spider-Man that's gonna play like fucking Sunset Overdrive. Dude, you fucking A right, I'm in.
Yeah. But shit on. It's gonna be amazing. It better be amazing.
And by the way, calling it now, I've watched the trailer countless times. Mr. Negative is going to, not Mr. Negative, Mr. Negative is going to be one of the villains in the game. Because I read the comic books and I know he's got these henchmen called his inner demons. And there's very clearly an inner demon in that trailer on a train. So Mr. Negative is going to be a villain in Spider-Man PS4. Go ahead and lock that in, write it down, and then quote me when you find out that it's true. But I do think, as hyped as I am, more hyped about Spider-Man PS4 than I am God of War. I'll tell you that right now.
Me too, definitely.
But I do think that God of War looks very interesting. I think the direction they're taking Kratos as a character is very intriguing. And I think there's a chance. I think they're big. I think they have to have a big tentpole release this fall. I don't think they can afford to go with that one again. Would you guys agree with that?
They need to have something go up with the Scorpio because that's going to dominate the holiday.
Well, yeah, exactly. So I think it's God of War or Days Gone is going to be, and I think the smart money is on God of War because I don't think you launch a new IP in the you just don't do that because that's the reason. I don't care what anybody at Sony tells you. That's the reason the Order 1886 got pushed. Not because it wasn't ready, because they were like, okay, we're not sure about this one. There's no way we can release this in fall. So they pushed it. But I don't know. I think it's God of War. I think it's God of War this fall, guys. I really, really do.
I think they'll aim to release it this fall. I'm just not sure it'll actually come out.
Dude, think about it, man. If it's January right now, and we've got until what? You imagine October, November? Probably October, I would imagine.
It's definitely possible.
But I mean, if it's playable from start to finish, dude, that's another 10 months to like tighten the game up and polish it. Like I think the writing's on the wall. I mean, I think at E3, I'm not going to put a bet on it because I don't want another Golden Girls avatar on Twitter for a week. But I'm not going to do that again. But I think if I was a betting man, which thanks to Hoji, I'm not anymore. But if I was, I would bet that God of War is going to come out this fall. That's what I'm thinking. And I think Spider-Man is going to be a 2018 game, and I think you're looking at The Last of Us 2 in 2019.
Yep.
Look, I'm as optimistic as you, John, but I'm with Sam on this one. I think they're going to aim for it, but they'll push it back if it's not ready. Just like they did on Uncharted 4.
No, sure. No, absolutely. No, I completely agree. I don't think, all I'm saying is that I don't think they can survive. That's stupid. Of course they can survive it. I mean, they just sold 6.2 million consoles worldwide this past holiday. That's fucking insane. So they can survive it, but they will lose this coming holiday if they don't have a big tentpole first party game. That's all I'm saying. It doesn't matter if it's God of War or whatever. They got for all we know, it could be Gran Turismo Sport.
I'm not sure that's even come out this year.
You don't think so, dude? I
don't know. I mean, you never know with those. They push those back 12 years. They just never come out. There's four Forza releases between each Gran Turismo game that comes out.
We here's the thing. We're talking about all these Sony games, but what about the Xbox games? Do we think Crackdown 3 is going to be a Scorpio launch title?
It better.
Yeah, probably.
It fucking has to be, right?
Crackdown's got to come out. That's been
it needs
so
to.
long.
I hope Crackdown is fucking good. I loved the first Crackdown.
I've heard from a couple of people that the multiplayer component, not the single player component, but the multiplayer component using the cloud computing is running into trouble.
Nobody would be surprised by that.
Yeah, that's another game that I don't think makes 2017.
You don't think it's coming out this year?
No,
dude.
As much as I wanted to, I'm just we've seen nothing from it since.
All right, let me ask Sam then, because Sam, you're the big Xbox guy here. If Crackdown 3 is not a Scorpio launch title, or barring that, if it doesn't come out this year, do you think it's time to start worrying about Crackdown?
Oh, for sure. I actually started worrying when it didn't make 2016. But at least with the release, the Scorpio announcement, not release, but with the Scorpio announcement, it's all right, I can kind of see what they're doing. They're pushing it back, trying to polish it more, get a 4K version for Scorpio, whatever. But if it doesn't make this year, I'm probably, I'd be very concerned.
When was it announced? 2013?
14.
Right?
2014.
Okay, so, in dev cycle time, that's normal.
No, especially because they didn't actually start working on the game until after it was announced.
Yeah.
So, but I agree. If E3 comes and there's no Crackdown 3, I think the writing's on the wall.
For sure.
So
I have a quick question for Sam.
Sure.
I'm the one big Xbox game I'm looking forward to, but I'm also a little worried about. Do you think Scalebound's going to deliver, or do you think it's going to be as disappointed as its latest trailer indicated?
I want it to be good. I've heard from a couple of people that I trust that there is a lot to Scalebound that isn't being shown off at all. But
is that good or bad?
That's exactly what I was about to say, John. I'm not sure if that's good or bad, though, is the problem. If what I've heard delivers, then it'll be fantastic. It'll be phenomenal. I'm just concerned, after all this time and the incremental updates. I mean, it's looked better, but given the amount of progress we've seen, I'm kind of concerned about that too.
The trailers that they've shown off, at conferences and stuff, have not been good. No. But the actual gameplay that they've shown has been stuff that I could see myself getting into. And,
right.
And they got some polishing to do, of course, but it does seem awesome.
Stage demos don't always translate well. I mean, for God's sakes, what about the Final Fantasy 15?
That was one of the most atrocious demos I've ever seen.
Exactly.
You know what? I'll have you know, though, that Titan demo was very true to my own gameplay, because at that point in the game, I had no idea how the parry system worked, so I just got beat the fuck down by that Titan over and over and over again until it just ended. It was the lamest thing I had ever seen, because I kept pressing circle. I thought you had to press circle and just tap it, but you have to
that's weird, Brent. It's weird.
So wait.
Everybody was like, "Oh, I hate the Leviathan fight." I was like, "I love the Leviathan fight. I hated the Titan fight."
Yeah, I hated it. But go ahead.
Brandon, would you say that was Noctis's Titanfall?
Oh my god!
Get out of here.
Okay, moving on.
Steve, I apologize for this bullshit. It was not my choice to bring him on. Actually, it was my choice to bring him on.
That's gonna this is the January 5th. That's gonna be like top 5 worst moments of SCGC this year.
We need to do that at the end of the year. We absolutely need to do that.
Freaking Titanfall joke! Wow.
So. Okay, so I'm actually glad you brought up Scalebound because I was going to bring that up as well. So here's the thing. Here's the other thing we're not talking about. Hardware. We got 2 hardware launches this year.
Yeah.
We got the Scorpio coming out. We have no idea when, but I would imagine sometime in October.
It's November. It's right there in the name.
Is it? Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. All right. So November, and then we got the Switch, which next week I guess we're going to get our big reveal. I will be sitting in front of my computer reloading Amazon. So I can pre-order that motherfucker. Right off the bat,
because you know that it's going to be the most.
They're going to make
release ever.
They're going to make fucking 15 of these things, and Amazon's going to get 2, and GameStop's going to get 3, and Best Buy's going to get 2. I can't fucking. And so, I guess here's my question. I want to start with Steve.
Habla no English.
The Switch. What do you think this thing's going to launch at?
No,
Price-wise.
Okay, Nintendo, $43 billion.
all right. Well, let me rephrase the question a bit.
2 of your left arms.
What does it need to launch at?
I wouldn't say anything more than 149.
Really? That's low, dude.
That's what I think of Nintendo.
There's no way 149 is. I mean, I could see like anywhere from 199 to 250, but 149. I don't think they're gonna go that low.
I wouldn't pay $1 above 149, and that thing looks really accessible.
Oh, dude, I can't. I'm actually really excited about the Switch. But having said that, I think that. I mean, let's face it. This is Nintendo's last chance.
Yep.
This is their last chance. If this thing fails, then you're going to see first party. You're going to see Nintendo go third party. I guarantee.
Super Mario Run 2.
I was going to say, if it fails, they'll just put out Pokemon Sun, Moon, and Jupiter. I mean.
Oh yeah, I mean they're not going to be in trouble or anything.
Yeah, it is.
But I think the Switch is. I think it is the most exciting console I've seen in a long time.
Yeah, I love it because it's like Vita too.
Yep,
Vita
absolutely.
with games.
Vita with no, dude. The Vita has so many fucking. Don't bullshit about Vita. You're not on Vita Island, okay? If you're not living on Vita Island, you don't know anything about Vita Island. The Vita has actually. The Vita has a better attach rate for games than the Xbox One or the PS4. Dude, the Vita is amazing. An amazing console, dude. Don't hate on my Vita, man. Don't hate on my Vita. Jesus.
Vita is life, motherfucker.
Vita is life. Yeah, dude. Come on. I don't care.
For anybody listening, donate your Vitas to Greg Miller. He's taking them all. He will give them a nice farm where they'll raise them and slaughter them.
He will. Yeah, and I love Greg. I love calling him Greg. I watch them every day. But having said that, I mean, Vita Island is dying, and there's nobody who can deny that. Not even me or JT.
No, but I mean, there's always going to be, like it's got Axiom Verge, it's got all these indies that you can play on the go, and I hope that's where the Switch goes. Like it can be that kind of,
I think so.
Take with you and play all these bite-sized games, wherever you want.
And we also got.
Anybody excited about Zelda?
Since it's fucking apparently a launch title again, yeah, I'm damn excited about it, dude.
Is it?
Apparently so. Apparently it's going to launch with Switch in the US and Japan, but it's not going to launch in Europe until sometime this summer.
The heck?
Well, dude, so here's the thing. Like, apparently Nintendo is like, we're launching in the US and Japan, which, the US is the biggest territory in the world for games, but also like the Switch has to perform well in Japan. It has to. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. It's not like an Xbox situation that we're like Microsoft is like, we're not going to do well in Japan and we don't care. It's not important to us. That's their home turf, and Nintendo has to perform. They have to do well, and they know that the biggest chance to do that is to have really good exclusive titles available at launch. That's why Mario is ready to go, and that's why they have to have Zelda ready to go.
No, portability is the big thing. That's the number one thing.
They need is a Monster Hunter Switch.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I can see that. But I do it honestly. In my opinion, they need Zelda to launch with that console, at least in the US and Japan, and apparently that's what it's going to do. What's weird? I was just a side note. I was just looking at our YouTube page, and it says I like looking at episode 5, and here we are on episode 61. It's just fucking crazy to think about how far we've come. But this actually answers 10K's question on Twitter. He says, "What's the cat's perception and excitement levels of the Switch? Are you guys excited about the Switch? Is this something you guys are looking forward to?"
I can actually get one.
Yeah. Provided you can actually get one.
Yes, then definitely.
I mean, the Switch has a pretty damn strong shot at having Game of the Year on it.
It absolutely does. I mean, dude, that's any Nintendo console. But Breath of the Wild to me looks fucking awesome. I can't fucking wait. Provided, of course, I can actually get one.
I mean, Red Dead Redemption 2 is more my thing. I haven't really been into Zelda in I don't know, 25 years, but.
What was that?
I'll say my only concern about Zelda is the fact that they added weapon durability in the game, which is my most hated game.
Did they really?
The entire industry.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
Oh, that's garbage. Seriously?
I agree with Matt on that.
That's awful. Oh God, I hate. See, that's the reason. That was why I was so happy about Dark Souls 3. That weapon durability wasn't really a thing anymore. So that's disheartening to hear. But as far as like new hardware goes, we've also got the Scorpio coming out. And Sam, I know you're excited about this. What do we think that the Scorpio is going to launch at? Like, what's a realistic price point? Like, what
realistically, 500.
Is that what they have to launch at, or what you think they're going to launch at?
I think it's what they are going to, because if you look at, so like when the Xbox One launched, and I know it had the Kinect bundle, and they went a little high, and that caused them problems, but it was $500. They've got the Xbox One S out now, plus, all the old discounted OG monolith models that you can find now for dirt cheap. The S is clearly the standard console moving forward, right? I think we can all agree on that. The Scorpio is supposed to be premium, but it needs to be affordable for those who want it. 500 is the sweet spot.
Do you feel so? You don't think there's any way this thing launches at $399 like some people think it will?
Oh no,
I don't think it will. Now I will say that if it does, if they're willing to eat that cost, then this thing is going to fly.
I can see that.
I think they kind of have to, based on the perception of consumers. They saw the PS4 Pro come out this year. They're like, okay, well, the premium console market has already been established. So I think anything above 400 is going to be trouble. I don't know. I don't want it to be above 400 at all.
Neither do I. I'd like to get one. Hey, look at this. Some guy in chat, I'm a fucking demon, says link to join. Yeah, sure. Come on in. Why not? No, dude. Are you fucking crazy? But I have no idea who this is. I'm a fucking demon. I have no idea. Oh, that must be a Dogma reference. I'm guessing that's a Dogma reference. Jason Lee's character. See, I'm smart. So we've talked a lot. We've talked a bit about some of the games and some of the games we're excited about coming out in 2017.
What about the indie games? Is it 2017?
Pyre. Dude, for me, it's got to be Pyre by
Pyre, Cosmic Star Heroine, and Chasm.
Cosmic Star Heroine and Chasm are also going to be fucking
Strafe
awesome.
Is my number one.
What is Strafe?
Actually, John, I didn't get a chance to say what I played over the holiday because I was cutting out, but it was Cosmic Star Heroine.
Oh, did you like it? Just leave me hanging, baby. That's fine. I didn't want to talk to you anyway. But no, Cosmic Star Heroine looks like it looks like Chrono Trigger. It literally looks like Chrono Trigger. I cannot fucking wait.
Strafe is like a Doom that is like super gory, but with modern mechanics. It just looks.
Oh, really dude! You know another one, Steve? Have you seen what's it called? Agony.
I have not.
Agony. It's a first-person game about escaping. Hell.
Oh yeah.
Dude, Dude, as soon as we're done here, go look up gameplay videos of Agony. It looks sick and twisted, and it looks like, imagine Doom, but if like Doom took away the campiness and focused on straight horror. Dude, Agony's going to be good. There are a lot of good indie titles coming out.
Like Fahrenheit, only they made it a video game.
Yeah, exactly. Yep, that's a really good comparison. What else? What are there? Bloodstained. Is Bloodstained coming out? The new Igarashi game, is that coming out this year or is that next year?
I think it's next year.
Is that next year? That's a shame.
Tacoma. I'm excited for that.
Which one is that?
The people who made Gone Home. It's the
Fulbright.
I love those guys.
Yeah, Tacoma's gonna be.
What about
space
Cuphead?
adventure?
Cuphead's finally coming out.
Oh, Cuphead is coming out finally.
Cuphead, yeah.
That looks really fucking good. That's an Xbox One exclusive, right?
Yes.
Xbox and PC.
Bring it to PS4. Bring it to PS4.
I am waiting for Night in the Woods. Full disclosure.
That's
I've
like
heard
2 weeks.
Yeah.
I've heard of that, dude. What's that about?
So it's pretty much, it's like imagine Pixar made a video game. It's got that Twin Peaks kind of feel to it. It's cartoonish. It's got that humor in it. It's very off the wall. It's made by a couple of dudes. Bombs Fall, my boy from Pittsburgh, great guy. They've worked so hard on this for like over 2 years, but they're finally coming out with it this year. I'm just really looking forward to it. I hope it does well.
That sounds fucking
There
cool.
are so many branching paths in that game that the replayability is very high.
Yeah.
Was it kind of like a choose your own adventure kind of deal?
It's like, yeah, Telltale married a comic, and then they just sort of allow the branches to go out forever. But you don't have to choose the same path more than once, which is going to make it amazing.
Is that just coming out on PC?
No, it's coming out on everything.
That's awesome. I like it.
I love the aesthetic in the game.
I know it's for PS4 and PC.
It's even out on the Mac. So in case you Mac listeners want to play a game, there you go.
I'll have to pick that up. We're running short on time.
There was another question on Twitter, John.
Yeah, there's actually a few questions on Twitter. I'll go ahead and grab one. Even though I feel like there's some games coming out this year that we're not hitting.
Halo Wars 2.
Halo Wars 2 is coming out.
It's an RTS on console. For those of us who like RTS games, we're starved.
Yeah, I love RTS. I'd rather have another Final Fantasy Tactics, but that's just me. But of course that's whatever. But yeah, you got Halo Wars. What else is coming out this year? Real quick, the new Assassin's Creed, the Egyptian Assassin's Creed. I think it's called Empire. Assassin's Creed Empire is coming out this year.
Osiris.
What's that? Osiris. That's what it is. Assassin's Creed Osiris. Then you've got apparently Call of Duty's going back to like Vietnam or something like that. Is that what I heard? Which whatever. That sounds cool. I'm kind of over Call of Duty.
Persona 5.
Persona 5 is coming out.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, baby.
I know friends who have told me they're just disappearing for a month when that comes out.
I can't fucking wait. Persona 5 is gonna rule. Then you got
Right.
I disagree with you guys. I think Red Dead Redemption 2 is gonna come out this year.
You're fucking crazy, but we'll get back to that.
I'm hoping against hope. I'm hoping against hope. Maybe if I get brave or drunk enough, I'll do an Avatar bet just to make you guys happy. But
GTA 5 got delayed 3 times, dude.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
They don't hit their release dates.
I am choosing. Kingdom Hearts 2.8 comes out in a couple weeks.
And the remix, the 1.5 and 2.8.
Yep, those are
cool.
coming out.
Never played
This is
Kingdom
going to
Hearts.
be Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. That's coming out. This is going to be a really good for games.
Super excited for
Prey.
Prey's
Prey's going to be real good.
Prey's going to be good.
Uncharted Lost Legacy.
That's System Shock. Isn't the System Shock remake coming out this year?
Yeah.
That's this year, right?
The Night Dive
I think
Studios
it might
one.
be next year.
Oh,
you're
shit.
right. I think it did get delayed. You're right.
Shirk 192 in chat. Neo. How could I forget Neo?
Oh, yeah.
Neo looks fucking awesome.
Comes out in a
It
month.
does.
Neo looks great. Danganronpa.
Snake Pass.
Danganronpa, yeah.
Isn't Gravity Rush 2 in like a couple of weeks?
We already said that one.
Wait,
though.
guys, you're
Okay.
forgetting about 2017's best game, Metal Gear Survive.
Is that the zombie?
Oh,
one?
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my lord! I might have to try that just out of curiosity.
Hellblade is coming too, right?
I don't want to try it out of principle.
Chris
Is
Ray is in
Hellblade the
chat.
Ninja Theory game?
Battlefront 2.
Battlefront 2.
Battlefront 2 is gonna, and that's gonna have a single player campaign, which is gonna be really awesome.
That'll be
Gabe,
Nino Kuni 2. Can't forget about Nino Kuni 2.
content.
Was Hellblade the Ninja Theory game? I can't remember.
Yes.
Okay.
Nino Kuni 2 is in my top 5 anticipated. Oh, Sonic Mania, the new Sonic game that
Sonic Mania.
Crash Bandicoot. Don't forget about old Crash Bandicoot.
Oh, fucking end the podcast right now. We're talking about Sonic and Crash. Like, get the fuck out of here.
Dude, fuck you, man. I'm all about Crash Bandicoot. I don't care what anybody says, man. That game's gonna be good.
You're still not mentioning.
Coming.
Wait, hold on, Steve. What was that?
The greatest game you're still not mentioning. It's
What's
gonna
that,
be amazing. Just wait for it. You're gonna doubt me here, but trust me, this is gonna be the best game ever. Ready? Overwatch. It's gonna be great.
You know what? Here's the thing about that. If it's true that Terry Crews,
I was just gonna say, you give me Terry Crews as Doomfest, and it's Game of the Year 2017 too.
If it is, but here's my condition. When you pop his alt, he has to scream power, please.
Yeah.
If he could and you know what, I'll play with fucking randoms all day if I can just do that.
Just to hear him.
Although I will say, Steve, I highly recommend if you get some time, go back and look at the episode. We have an episode where we were live streaming Overwatch and we were all Harambe, we were all Winston, and dude, we were running around and just spamming hello, and then some dude just happened to pop into our chat, and his name was Lord Harambe. And he just started spamming all over. Like he was like make them remember Harambe, fight well for Harambe. Dude, it was and he just came out of fucking nowhere, and it was the most amazing shit.
Yeah, what was the explanation? Like, what the fuck?
Nowhere, dude. And he never showed back up.
He never showed up.
Never came back to the podcast. He just
that one time.
This guy named Lord Harambe just popped, and I have never seen him in our chat ever again. It was amazing, and I agree with Sam, who just said in chat that Dreams is going to get canceled. I don't feel good about Dreams.
I haven't heard about that game since the day they announced it.
I think Dreams is going to be canceled.
I think we're going to find that Dreams gets folded into some other game that they're making.
Sounds about right, yeah.
Because it just never struck me as a game.
Pretty much, you're right.
It felt like a glorified tech demo.
I can't believe Brandon hasn't mentioned Windjammers.
Motherfucking Windjammers.
Holy Brandon, no Windjammers from you, dude. What's going on?
That game's 20 years old, but yeah.
Where's your head at tonight?
You better believe. You motherfuckers do not know Windjammers. Let me tell you.
You're right. I don't know. I don't want to know Windjammers.
Yeah, I was raving about Windjammers like long before this port was ever announced, and John didn't believe me. Here we are.
I'll pick it up and play. If you really, I'll pick it up and play with you. Wait, what was
John,
that?
You'll love Who cannot love Windjammers? It's not just a giant bomb meme. It's a great arcade game.
I'm going to pick it up. I'll pick it up. I'll pick it up and play with you.
There's a beta for a new game called Disc Jam out right now, which is basically like a remake of Windjammers, and they're giving out free codes on Twitter if you just hit them up. So go check that out.
One more game from chat. Dip Dop Dupity says Detroit. There's no way Detroit comes out this year. Nope, not going to happen. That's a 2018 game. I think that's 2018.
Yeah.
So we'll do a couple of really quick questions from Twitter. We're gonna answer them like that, and then we'll wrap it up. At Bald Flavor, Manny at Bald Flavor says, "What's one title that each of you have played and couldn't finish in the last 3 years?" Just fire them off, guys. For me,
everyone.
Wow.
Yeah. I
can't even count.
I really do finish most of the games I play.
So do I. Witcher 3.
Yeah, me
I
too.
couldn't finish Witcher 3.
Yeah, Witcher 3. I got 25 hours in.
I'm gonna do the biggest one here. Last of Us.
Oh my God! What the fuck is
That's brutal. That's brutal.
Amazing.
So Deus Ex: Mankind Divided was one for me.
You never finished that?
I barely even started it.
Oh,
for me, it would be Bloodborne.
This year?
You never finished Bloodborne?
I didn't.
What the hell's the matter with you? Get off the podcast.
Right.
I platinumed this game, and I don't platinum games. Okay.
Hell yeah. What about you?
This year?
This year, or last 3 years. Just pick one.
That's 3 years. Okay, let's give him one. Oh man.
Come on, Gabe. Big rocket science, man.
Let me try to put out my head or my ass or whatever.
Just pick one.
Just pick one game.
I can't remember. Seriously.
Just one.
I
guarantee.
I'm the kind of guy that if I get stuck in a game for over 2 or 3 hours, I just give up and never go back to it. So
what's one of those games?
Just say Axiom Verge.
Axiom Verge.
Yeah, Axiom Verge. Yeah, okay, Axiom Verge. Axiom Verge. Yeah, whatever. Yeah.
Steve, what about you? What's a game that you just couldn't finish in the past 3 years? Just one game.
Overwatch. No. Fallout 3, Fallout 4, Fallout 5. I never get to the end of Fallout. I always get sidetracked with every quest, and then I find myself procrastinating real life by playing a video game, and then procrastinating the video game by doing side quests. So
Yeah, sounds about right.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Okay. Sam, what about you, man? I know you never finished The Witcher 3.
Ha.
Okay, fine. What's one game you haven't finished in the past 3 years?
Nothing. I finish every game I start.
No shit. Well, you're a better man than
I might be juggling 4 different games, playing one, then playing another in the same week, but I will finish every game I start.
Well, you must not have a Vita because that has just way too many games to play.
Yep, absolutely. You need to get yourself a Vita, son. Join us on the island where the water is crisp and blue and the.
I'm staying far away from your island.
And well, hey man, it's the island Square Enix was giving away for Just Cause 3, so you should come join us. But we need to find out. And by the way, real quick, somebody found out if somebody actually won that. Matt, one game you finished in the past 3 years.
Final Fantasy Type 0, because A got kind of boring, and B I played it before that patch.
Type 0.
I played it before that patch, and it made me want to throw up every time I moved the camera.
Yep, we did. Yeah,
I'm
right there with you, man. Right there with you. We had a few other questions. Unfortunately, we probably won't be able to get to them. We answered a couple of them. Tim Dog, we had a question from old Tim Dog. He wanted to know what we thought the Scorpios price point would be, and I think we answered that. We had a couple questions from other people. We won't get to them. Sorry, guys. Just because we got long-winded and we ran out of time.
Why don't you shove those old questions into the back pocket and pull them out next week?
We'll pull them out next week. We're going to pull them out next week. We're going to unsheath those questions next week. So no worries. We'll get to those. We haven't forgotten them. Real quick, want to make a quick announcement. So in December, we were talking about we got some big things planned for STGC coming up this year. And the first one is that a bunch of us, 4 of us to be exact, are going to be headed to PAX East. Yep, we got badges. We're gonna be going to PAX East, and we are going to be reporting live from the show floor. So that's going to be a lot of fun. We are all really fucking excited for that. It's going to be myself, Torpedo Vegas. Matty G is going to go, and JT was going to go, but he had to back out, unfortunately. Sorry you couldn't make it, man.
It's life.
We're going to miss you, but you've got a lot going on this year, man. You got a pretty big year coming up.
I gotta do the married thing, and then
you're getting married, and you're doing a house thing. Yeah, you can. So Steve is going to come with us. Already talked to him, so Steve is going to be not Steve Spohn, other Steve. Although Steve, you're welcome to come with us, man. Like
I'm there every year, so
okay. Well, hey, we'll meet you there, man. We'll see you there.
You better be.
But we are very excited to be going to PAX East in March. It's kind of the culmination of a long, strange trip that this podcast has taken. When we started, we never imagined that we would have a website or that we would have really cool people like Steve on, or people like Mike Huber or Kyle Bossman. So and now we're going to PAX. Now we're there. Just thanks to everybody who's been watching us and supporting us, and we will do our best to give you guys a great podcast from the show floor. So that's going to be really cool. We're really looking forward to that. We're all going to be wearing our T-shirts. That's going to be cool. You guys will all have T-shirts by the time we go. And real quick, want to give a big thank you to Steve Spohn from Ablegamers for coming on. Dude, it was an absolute pleasure having you on, man.
Yeah, no, thanks again for having me. Appreciate it.
Absolutely, dude. Like I said, you're doing some really good stuff over there. And anybody in chat who missed the beginning of the podcast, Steve represents Ablegamers. He works to make gaming easier for disabled gamers. They do a lot of good work. It's ablegamers.org, right?
Yep.
Okay. You guys can go there, check them out. Please support them in any way you can.
Follow us at Overwatch. No, wait. At Ablegamers.
And does anybody have anything else that they want to add? Nothing else. Okay.
I like titles.
I know you do. You can check us out on the web at www.superdeformedgamescast.com, where you can find opinion pieces and reviews. We are now, as you guys know, we are now on OpenCritic, so you can find our reviews on opencritic.com. We've already got a few up, and hopefully we'll be getting a review code for Resident Evil 7. And if we do, Matty G is going to be doing the review for us. So congratulations to you, Matt, for handling hopefully our first really big, like, pre-embargo review.
Hopefully. I'll try not to screw it up too bad.
Shadow Warrior 2.
Shadow, yeah, but you never actually finished the review.
Oh, okay. Maybe I should.
How about that?
I like totals.
Damn.
I know, dude. I just burned the shit out of you. I'm sorry, man. I know that was too harsh. But anyway, it's really good to be back with you guys after 2 weeks. We had a lot of fun, and we will be back next week with an as of yet unannounced guest. I've got somebody in the works, and hopefully they'll be able to make it. And but I don't want to say who it is until I know for sure that they can be on. But until then, as always, it's not always poetry.
Oh, John, can I give a plug?
Whoa!
Sorry.
Damn.
Whoa, dude, I was just about to hit the climax, and now it's gone. You interrupted me.
Sorry, but can I give a quick plug?
You can, absolutely. Yeah, please plug. I know what you're gonna do, and I should. I am. No, it's not gonna be Overwatch, and I am remiss for not letting you do it. So please go ahead.
It's okay. We had taken our holiday break, 2 weeks, but the Basement Radio Arcade podcast will be live again next week, start on Wednesdays, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're talking about doing a special episode this upcoming Sunday. We'll send out details on Twitter if that happens.
And our sister podcast, Brap, we cannot forget them. We'll bring some Brap business cards to PAX with us. And that's it. So, man, it's kind of lost its meaning now, but I'm going to say it anyway. It's not always poetry, and we don't always agree, but we always keep it real. So until next week, we will see you guys later.